Good evening, all. Good evening. Oh, okay. Because depending the part of the world you are watching from, some people are there right now in their middle of their night. So I'm just in the afternoon, some are in the evening. But I welcome all of you to Trending Issues with the Guru. We are trending live on 3 platforms for today: YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You are welcome. I will beg of you, please drop your chats. Your chats, I want your comments. Let us chat together. Bring your comments, we will discuss them. Because the issue we are trending with today is a very, very great issue. It's of great concern to all Nigerians. And as I captured it, if you look at the caption I given to it, it says, let me read it raw. 109 Nigerian senators versus over 200 million Nigerians. Semicolon. The majority shall not have their say, while the minority will have their way. Let me repeat that caption. 109 Nigerian senators versus over 200 million Nigerians. The majority shall not have their say, while the minority will have their way. Isn't that turning things upside down? Well, that's the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria. That's the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria. It tells you that you who voted them in, you matter less for them in the administrative of governors. When it comes to the prosecution of governors, which you voted these people in to represent your interests, you matter less. You matter. For them, you are non-existent. But don't forget, they shall soon come back to you. And when they are coming back to you to vote for them, they will come with all the lucrative things. And unfortunately, since the earning power of Nigerians economically, good evening to you, since the earning powers of Nigeria economically had dwindled and had been reduced to point of necessity with some amount of money, they get your vote and they return back laughing and dancing. But I wish very, very sincerely, very, very sincerely, that for this 2027 election that are coming, Nigeria will be able to stand to say, the other day, 2023, when we voted for you, you did the wrong thing. We did not get any goodness out of it. So this time, it shall not be you. Can this take place? It is for you to decide. But let's go to the topic of today. 109 Nigerian senators versus more than 200 million Nigerians. The majority shall not have their say, while the minority will have their way. We are still talking of the electoral amendment. The electoral law of 2022 is being amended. And the amendment is dealing essentially with section 60, subsection 3, which says that what we need, or what Nigeria will need, will be electronic transmission real time of result from the polling unit, from the polling booth, from that polling booth unit, straight away to IREV, INEC, IREV, INEC portal. So that we don't have to go through the local government, the state, where they say there is a collation center, because doing that manually will bring another thing. You know this. Every Nigerian, as I talk now, we have all the details. The House of Representatives did what Nigerians needed. You are welcome. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you. The Global Guru, good evening, sir. Good evening to you. I salute all of you. God will bless all of you. Please, let's keep the game on. Like as I said the other day, it is our property. This platform is our property. Yours is mine. I wish all Nigerians can join me so that we'll be doing what we're supposed to be doing for the benefit of us. Now, this is the situation. The House of Representatives amended and removed the analog clause that was there since 2022, which says that INEC can use its own discretion depending or relying on from EC8E to transfer. That would be entirely manual operation, which cannot work for the goodness of Nigerians. But the Senate, the upper chamber of 109, by the way, it will interest you to know that the House of Representatives are 306. They did what Nigerians wanted. But the minor, but they accredited to themselves as senior, they are the red chamber, are standing against Nigeria. 109 of them. Yes, there might be one or two of other political parties that do, but I will split it out down today for you to understand. They said no. And when they were being forced, they came last week, Tuesday, and they now said that, okay, electronic transmission, real-time was removed. And it was removed under an amended clause, or the language was amended to read that if there is network failure, which could tamper with real time, as against canceling, to cancel all that polling unit, INEC should resort to manual by relying on Form EC8E to transfer the results through local government to the state where the collation will be done. Don't forget, in each ward, sometimes you get about 3 or 4 polling units, because the polling unit must not take more than a certain number of people so that there can be orderliness and everything will flow. This is what the House of the Senate passed. Then they told us that, oh, don't worry, these processes are not finished yet. We have a harmonizing committee, which is always the practice. Thank you, the political master, guru. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you. I salute you. I salute you. I salute all of you. Please keep the message coming. And your comment, I want to hear about your comment, and we can discuss it. We can discuss it. I promise you, I assure you of that. This is where it went. And they danced away. The senators danced away, believing they have captured the Nigerians, and that the manual aspect, which will be the game winner for them, will remain there. And we know and will be told that 12 members from the Senate are joining 12 members from the House of Representatives to look at it and make right footing. But the process of harmonization, please, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to define it in less than 1 minute. When an issue like this happens, yes, there must be a committee to harmonize the gray areas and agree on one point. But the committee has no authority of lawmaking to amend anything. The committee has no authority, I repeat, constitutional authority to make a new thing to come in there. What the harmonization committee does is this: to agree on which one to remove and which one to place, but not to amend any of those statements. Like the situation we are now, it is either the harmonization committee will agree that the position of the House of Representatives stands, or agree that the position of the Senate stands, but they cannot amend anything. Let's amend the Senate to blend. No, they don't have that authority. This is what harmonization committee does. No more rulers. So now that you know that, let us move ahead. In the first place, I had said it before, and I'm repeating it like this. When Akpabio, with the leadership of the Senate, maneuvered us to this point, I thought I said it on air. I said it on many platforms, even in my columns. I said it, that I never believed that Akpabio was doing this without backing of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, the man put all of them there. Each position the senators, the House of Representatives members are holding today was approved by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So they cannot do anything. Don't forget, on your mandate will stand. Mandate of who? Mandate of the president, which has now replaced the national item. Even judiciary, law officers, judiciary met in a conference of all Nigerian judges the other day. As president rose to leave, the same song rang out. On your mandate we stand. Shamelessly, that is how much down below we have moved. Okay, let's continue elongating this analysis. In the National Assembly today, majority is the APC. I will tell you, let me give you the number here. In the Senate, APC has 80 members. Of the 109 members, 80, which means you move 20 to become 100 plus 9, 29 belongs to other parties. 80, that is majority of majority already. PDP has 21 senators. NNPP has only 1 senator. APGA has 1 senator. Labour Party has 2 senators. And ADC has 1 senator. That is how the Senate is today. So at no time, since the Senate is in the majority, they will have their way. That's for that. Let us move forward to the point that we should be going. I've told you how Reconciliation Committee does the work. And I've told you the numbers of the people, senators, at the fly that APC is in majority with 80 senators. 29 were now split here and there. And some of the 29 that are split even at the back, or order the table, they must be receiving order from a man on whom all of them seem to be standing on his mandate now. That order will not come the way you will see it. So don't just peep that, where's the order? How is the order? No, it doesn't come like that. It has a peculiar way of moving because the order is tangible and intangible. Let us not go to that. Let us finish with what we are discussing. Evidently, but not totalitarian. Evidently, the Senate is convening tomorrow, Tuesday. Many thought the Senate convening has nothing to do with the bill, which is going for reconciliation. It is coming because of announcement of election dates that was dished out by INEC just late last week. It is coming to deal with that matter because according to the timetable of INEC, 27th of February 2027 will be the general elections that will decide the president, the Senate, the House of Representatives. But it is now being said that time will fall within the Ramadan. So they are coming with concerted effort to make sure that it is moved backwards to 3rd of February 2027. I think most people will agree on this because the Ramadan time is not time that you calculate for elections because the prayer, the fasting, and everything will be there. But their committee will be meeting with the committee of the 12-man committee selected by the Senate, shall be meeting with the 12-man committee picked by the House of Representatives. And it will be so doubtful if the rigid stand of the House of Representatives will prevail over the flexible and over the fraudulently flexible stand of the Senate. It means, therefore, all things being equal, that the Senate view or the Senate stand of intervention with manual processes will carry the day. And as I speak to you now, the Senate had come out so boldly to advance why the rigidity or the expectation of Nigerians, which the House of Representatives is standing with, that electronic transmission real time should hold. It may not, because the Senate had come to analyze it. I shall be failing in my responsibility if I fail to bring the analysis of the Senate to the public market of my people, Nigerians, home and abroad. I shall be failing my responsibility. Let us look at it. The man that described the whole reason why, or all the reasons why Senate arrived at that fraudulent conclusion happened to be Bamidele Opeyemi. I think Bamidele Opeyemi is a senator from Ekiti. I think Opeyemi is from Ekiti. If I'm not right, please help me out. That's why I have all of you. Help me out. But I think so. He is the leader of the Senate. He had come to tell us, give us some analysis. This is what he said to start with. Clause 63 of the Electoral Bill 2026 is an initiative that any legislation or parliament globally will have embraced ordinarily. Would have embraced ordinarily. But he now made some comments, citing potential to deepen trust in democratic institutions, especially the National Assembly and INEC. Vredo Okumen, somebody said me equal to me. I have it a duty to answer that person. Speak whatever language you want to speak within the few that I understand in Nigeria. So I will respond accordingly. Now, but let us look. The man roll out data. I'm talking of Bamidele Opeyemi, the leader of the Senate. Of course, it couldn't have been any other political party but APC. He rolled out some data. And with data, he would convince everyone except those who are not too valuable in matters of this. He said, the Nigeria Communication Commission, it is Bamidele Opeyemi that is talking now, NCC. Bamidele said, Nigeria had only achieved about 7% broadband coverage in 2025. While her internet user penetration was only 44.53% of the population within the same time frame. Bamidele equally cited the Speed Test Global Index, which ranked Nigeria 85th out of 105 countries' mobile network reliability and 129 position out of 150 countries fixed internet broadband reliability. He said, on the Speed Test Global Index, Nigeria's mobility network reliability was 44.14 megabits per second. Megabytes per second. This is extremely low compared to UAE, that is United Arab Emirates. I agree. That has 691.76 megabytes per second. This is low compared to Qatar with 571.53 megabytes per second. This is low compared to Kuwait's 415.67 megabytes per second. This is low compared to Bahrain's 303.21 megabytes per second. And this is equally low compared to Bulgaria's 289.41 megabytes per second. The index, according to Opeyemi, placed Nigeria far below global average. We'll talk about it. Nigeria fixed internet broadband rating is quite low by global standard. Out of 150 countries, Nigeria occupies 129 position with only 33.32 megabytes per second. I am not disagreeing with him. If Nigeria is low in everything, Nigeria will be low here. But there are a few revelations I will bring that will convince you that the man took us to where he took us to because of the rigmaroling that is happening within them. In this rating, Singapore came first with 410.06 megabytes per second, followed by UAE, 382.35 megabytes per second, France, 346.25 megabytes per second, Chile, 358.41 megabytes per second, and Hong Kong, 345.35 megabytes per second. Then the man is not finished yet. He also cited official data that revealed the state of power infrastructure, indicating that at least 85 million Nigerians still lack access to grid electricity. This figure amounts to about 43. It was good that Opeyemi Bamidele spoke this, because please try, don't forget, this is Opeyemi Bamidele, the leader of the Senate, telling us that we don't have light in Nigeria. Please relate this to the vow that candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the APC candidate for the presidential election, made when he said that if after 3 years I cannot give Nigerians light, when I come back to come and ask for a vote, don't vote for me. It is Bamidele Opeyemi that is reminding us now. I don't think he will forget this in a hurry. Please don't even allow that 5,000 naira, that 20,000 naira, even 100,000 naira that they will give to you to make you to forget this. I have even forgotten it until I now hear from Bamidele Opeyemi. May God bless him. May God give him more grace to bring things from the pit of hell to reveal to Nigerians. Now you know what happened. Bamidele Opeyemi told us about the electricity situation. And at the same time, he was reporting, therefore, that Maoga, he failed his promise. So he is telling us tactically that don't vote for him because that is what he told you. He did not know, but the Holy Spirit or God opened his mouth to speak out. And now the skeleton in the cupboard, which they thought the lock with the biggest padlocks in this world, the padlock got broken, and those skeletons read out now. Bamidele Opeyemi went to define more that in Nigeria today, he said, this shortfall speaks to the state of our power infrastructure. Even though our generation capacity hovers roughly between 12,000 to 13,500 megawatts, which is true, our distribution and transmission capacity is absolutely limited. Very, very true. And he opened the cupboard again. As we all know, he can only deliver 4,500 megawatts to about 230 million Nigerians. No wonder the frequent collapse of the grid. And sometimes it collapsed. The last time it collapsed during Buhari era, it left 900 megawatts. This one that collapsed about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, it left not one single megawatts for Nigerians to use. So Bamidele Opeyemi has told us this. I think all these statements are preparation for the general election of 2027. Without him measuring it, he has reminded you the promise that the president made, the vow that if I cannot give you electricity, if I ever come back to you that I want to return or vote, say don't vote for me. The decision is yours. But in case you were forgetting, Bamidele Opeyemi brought you back to your senses. Now don't forget this point too, because we have not been able to deliver. He made it bold here that up to today, the transmission and everything, what is to over 200 million Nigeria is still 4,400. When South Africa is giving 40 megawatts, 40,000 megawatts to 60 million. Okay, let us move. These are the calculation of Bamidele Opeyemi. The figure he brought for us were manipulated. Those were not the correct and accurate figure. But I don't want to argue that. Let us agree that he gave us the rightful figure. But what he did not want to tell us is that the 774 local governments in Nigeria, there is not one of these 774 local governments, including the local governments in the Northeast, where Boko Haram, terrorism had closed down all businesses. Today, in every local government, you cannot get less than 100 POS operators in one single local government. Not even in the North, in the Far East, in the Northeast. not less than 100 POS operators are in the even deadliest local governments. In Lagos here, please don't forget, I don't think you cannot go to about 5 streets without meeting at least 3 or 4 POS operators. Do they operate on the strength of what they said or they don't? They do. There is no one place that there are no banks. And banks business can only thrive on internet. Another thing Opeyemi refused to tell you, which he knows, is that the internet service providers, be it Airtel, Glo, MTN, what you call it, or that, all of them, they generate power to carry their services and transfer the services around the world. It is for that reason that all the POS operators, their POS machine work. It could flicker 1 minute or 2 minutes, but it works because the provider of the network is subsiding the operation, not electricity from the body. It is not the Electricity Act of either 2023, yes, signed June 4 by the president, July 4 by the president, 2023, or the 2025 Opeyemi is mentioning. They back up. And in most cases, please look where these people have their mask. There are generators, big generators there. It is for that reason that we are paying heavy cost in services that come from this group. Our internet is highly oversubsidized. The price is high. Text messages, I think it's now 6 naira, it's against 4 naira. It's high because these people, in order to bring internet to your usage, to your domain, they have to fuel the generating plant, diesel. And if you want to know, in most places now, a liter of diesel is either 1,000, 1,150. Some places they sell it for 1,200. So that their system, their internet provision will not fail. Opeyemi did not mention this. That is all. I will come back also to reveal another secret to you. To tell you that all this that Opeyemi put here is what I will call padadash. Total nonsensical. They are perfidious. Part of this program, part to mislead us. So this is his presentation. And he has gone to the world market to tell the whole world why the real time cannot be accommodated. So this tells me that in the what do you call it? Is it reconciliation? What is the name of that committee? That 12th year, 12th day will be going. The House of Representatives stand of electronic transmission real-time will not stand. It will be replaced with the Senate. It is for this reason that those backing them up, those highest in authority, have told him, go and convince the people before your committee meet. Give them figures, give them all this thing. I'm coming. Now, I have to tap into another person's knowledge. As I talk with you now, Barrister Mike Igini, a man you will know very well, a man who was INEC rep in Cross River in Akwa Ibom, a man who made it possible to have gotten 2 professors arrested for destroying democracy on election day. And the two professors, his evidence against the two professors was so tight that the court had no alternative but to sentence him. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a gossip. You are entitled to know it. One of the professors sentenced in Akwa Ibom, as I talk to you, he had never spent a day in prison. Up Nigeria. What wrong thing you cannot see, therefore it didn't emanate from Nigeria. One of those professors. I'm not going to tell you, say, do not say I told you. Say I told you. One of those professors that was jailed, that's supposed to remain in jail until his appeal and everything will be settled, had never spent one night in prison. He wrote about. Okay, that's not what we are discussing. I just believe you are entitled to know this. It is the guru that is discussing with you, my brothers and my sisters. You are entitled to know it. Mike Igini had come again and revealed a lot of secrets to us. Let's go. Igini argued that early assemblies, for reasons of convenience and party loyalty, declined to address well-documented election rigging vulnerabilities in the law, including the kind of provision now introduced by the Senate to qualify direct electoral transmission. Such lacuna were exploited to subvert polling unit outcome during their tenure by those who denied them re-election party tickets, rendering them victims of the very defects they declined to remedy, he said. But listen, we are not done yet. Presenting what he described as empirical evidence from electoral cycles between 2007 and 2023, Igini said a majority of incumbent legislators denied party tickets by governors and party leaders, even after securing alternative platforms, were defeated during coalition through manipulation of polling unit results. It's not done yet. The 10th Assembly now stands perilously close to replicating this lamentable pattern. Guinness is talking. I'm quoting him directly now. These are not my words. This is Barrister Mike Guinea. Those members not favor or not in the good books of their respective state governors or party leaders will foreseeably be denied tickets, and given the prospects of an unsecured e-transmission of polling unit results, we find it exceedingly difficult to translate constituency endorsement, however strong, into electoral victory. And the Guinea brought some analysis down. This is where I want you to listen to, because once I finish this now, I think I'll be preparing my goods to go away. Igini backed his warning with data showing persistently high turnover rates in both chambers of the National Assembly. Listen to this, and we now know where we are going. In the Senate, the 6th Senate, which was 2007 to 2011, returned only 23 of 109 members, with 86 new entrants. Only 23 that were there from 2007 to 2011 that survived. 86 were new, representing a 79% turnover. The 7th Senate recorded 67% turnover. The 8th Senate recorded 64%, and the 9th Senate recorded 59%. Alarmingly, the current 10th Senate 2023 to 2027 has regressed sharply, with only 25 returning senators, 84 new entrants, translating to a staggering 77% turnover. Why was it like that? I want to ask. Why was it like that? Why was it like that? We need to know why it was like that. The House of Representatives, again, mirror the same instability. The sixth House recorded 78% turnover. The seventh, 72%. The eighth, 69.4%. And the ninth, 57%. However, the present 10th House of Representatives, that's 2023 to 2027, has again deteriorated, returning only 109 members, while ushering in 251 new legislators, producing 70% turnover. According to him again, across these electoral cycles, Nigerians and legislators have been the major victims and casualties of type of proviso on e-transmission that has just been introduced. Now, he stressed that the attrition rate, averaging between 60 to 70%, breached institutional amnesia, dissipates scarce public resources on perpetual induction and restraining, weakens legislative oversight, and erodes continuity in lawmaking. But let us go to the real point and so that I can drop the anchor. Igini, look what he proposed or said. He insisted that real-time electronic transmission from polling units to IREV is not merely desirable, it is essential for sustenance of our democracy and for the political survival of deserving legislature members. That is real-time transmission from the polling station straight away to IREV, the portal of INEC, by eliminating the manual movement from the ward or from the polling unit to the ward, local government state, where manual will take place and everything will die. He said it is not only just, but it will sustain our democracy. But let us look at the written. Nigerians have insistently demanded real-time electronic transmission from polling units to IREV, precisely to foster post-polling alterations at ward or local government collation centers. Publicly viewable results serve as deterrents and one would render such tampering manifest and actionable. Then he told us, this is the secret, that we nail the coffin that lies of Bamidele were incubated. Listen to what he said. Before we left office in 2022, listen to this because this is the conclusion part. Before we left office in 2022, INEC and NCC had carried out a survey of network coverage of both 2G and 3G and came with a report of 97% coverage across Nigeria. 2022, INEC, NCC is the National Communication Commission. They control all the network providers, owner of net, they control them. INEC, with the controller of the providers of network, carry out survey, not only on 3G, 2G, and now came to the conclusion that both the 2G and 3G, and now I think we even have 5G. We had 4G, then we now have 5G. Then there was no 4G and 5G. Now we have 5G. Then when it was still smaller, so to explain it, 97% coverage across Nigeria had been achieved. So what are we talking about? 3%, 30%. Please, are you still following? Now, I just want to be sure that you are following. Or have I lost you along the line anyway? Please send your comment so that I can go to it. Thank you very much. Senator Bamidele thought we, the people, don't think at all. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. That's my conclusion too. Then, having families, that was what the commission used to carry out a e-transmission of polling unit results to IREF successfully in over 105 off-cycle elections, including the governorship election before the 2023 elections, he said. He further warned that the Senate proviso invites mischief, affording opportunity for collusion between influential actors, coalition officials, and telecommunication providers to engineer deliberate network failures on election day. I rest my case. Didn't I say it last week that the way they were going, the networks will surely fail on whichever date that will be accepted for the 2027 election? They will make sure it fails. And the only thing is to consider manual intervention by INEC discretion as a taboo. We must not have it. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you for following me this far. Let me look at time is fast spent. I'm suspecting it may be different though, and I will thank God if I'm proved wrong, that in the reconciliation committee, the reconciliation corner, I just mentioned it just now, and none of my followers, okay, we are, thank you. None of my followers reminded me. In the 12, I am suspecting seriously that the stand of the House of Representatives shall be replaced with the stand of the Senate. And that is why we come to the topic. 109 Nigerian senators versus over 2 million Nigerians. Now, the language now has changed in Nigeria. Majority shall have their say, but minority of senators will have their way because they are ready. But must we allow them to do this? We can stop them. It is in your hand. It is in my hand. We can stop them. We can stop them. I repeat it with emphasis. We can stop them. I want to thank you for following this far. Historical perspective that I was given as knowledge last week. Friday last week. I said I will move it to this week. You are entitled to have it so that you don't think I had nothing like that. For my followers on Lagos Talk 91.3 FM, you will know that historical perspective, periscope, and knowledge droppers are three of those things that make that show very, very heavy. Briefly, let me tell you 6 countries where planes don't land in the world. 6 countries. They are countries, of course, but planes don't land there. The first one is Andorra. Nestled in the place between Spain and France. Andorra covers 468 square kilometers, but does not have an aircraft. Sorry, does not have an airport. Its mountainous terrain makes building a commercial airport difficult. So you don't have to do that. So most travelers to that country will fly into nearby airports, either in Spain or France, and from there they make their journey, which is just 12 kilometers into that country. It's a country, well respected, very rich country. The second country is Latvia, is a landlocked nation between Switzerland and Austria. That country spans over 160 square kilometers. It has no airport. It has heliport for just things like medical and co. Most of travelers going there, they use Switzerland or Austria, and then they just travel by road or by train to the country. The third one is Monaco, not Morocco, Monaco. Monaco, located on the French Riviera, has no airport with its 2.02 square kilometers. The country's limited land makes large infrastructures projects like an airport impossible. So when you are going there, you either land in Escote or where? Then you travel by road into that country. That is number 4. Or number 3, sorry. Number 4 is San Marino. San Marino, one of the world's oldest republics. You'll be surprised to know that San Marino is one of the world's oldest republics. It's entirely surrounded by Italy and covers 61 square kilometers. It has no airport. To a heliport in Bogomangro serves limited use. Then number 5, Vatican City. You know Vatican? Okay. If you don't know Vatican, ask our friend, Peter Obi. Not only Peter Obi, too many people, too many Nigerians know them. You know, we have highly placed. Vatican City, the world's smallest country by area and population, occupies just 0.44 square kilometers within Rome. Each size make an airport impossible. Don't forget, Vatican City is the smallest state nation in the world and is the richest state nation in the world. Prove me right or wrong. It's the smallest state nation in the world and is the richest state nation in the world. Then number 6, which is last, is Kiribati. Kiribati is an island nation in the Central Pacific Ocean, comprising 33 stores and reef islands scattered over 3.5 million square kilometers of ocean, while Boriki International Airport serves the capital, South Tarawa. Most outer island lacked airports. So these are the places. It's like when you see Isle of Man in the United Kingdom. You can access Isle of Man from Gatwick, from Heathrow. From Heathrow, I think it's 35 minutes from Heathrow or Gatwick, 35 minutes. You cannot access Isle of Man by road. You can only access it by air or by sea. And you need to get to Isle of Man. Puerto Rico, is it Puerto Rico? Or what's the name of the capital? Yeah, something. Douglas is the commercial and banking headquarters. Douglas in Isle of Man is where Barclays Bank has the independent bank that serves richest people all over the world. They have their account reconciled for them in through Barclays Bank in Douglas. Very beautiful place. Port Erin, that's good. Port Erin is the capital. Port Erin, in the evening, whichever hotel you are, faces is it Lagua we call it? No, sea. And darkness will not come until about 11 in the night. And you will see beauty of nature. It is all God given in Isle of Man. You access it by sea or by air. You cannot access it by road. So I have just given you historical background or knowledge Dropbox of 6 countries that have no airport, and they operate very, very well, very, very efficiently. So for now, I think it is that time to call it a day. We have another date again on Wednesday. Don't forget that this thing comes up every Monday, 8 p.m., every Wednesday, 8 p.m., and every Friday, 8 p.m. Of course, coming this Friday, this week Friday, TikTok will join what we are what we have for now. That is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Then from Friday, TikTok will join. I am very, very grateful that all of you are there coming with me on this journey. God bless all of you. The Guru signs out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.